Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2024 Tesla Cybertruck Foundation Series. Huge shout out to 704 Exotics for providing this pickup for me today. Definitely take a look at their website. That link is down in the description. So the Cybertrucks only come in stainless steel. If you see one a different color, that's because it has a full wrap on it. MSRP for this model is just over $120,000 as well. And powering the Cybertruck is a dual motor system with a 123 kilowatt lithium ion battery pack. It's paired to a single speed transmission. This model pumps out right around 600 horsepower, 521 pound-feet of torque, which is sent through the all-wheel drive system. It will propel this 6,600 pound pickup truck from 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds. Its top speed is 112 miles an hour. It also has a total range of 340 miles. If you opt for the range extender, that will bring it up to 470 miles. This also has a wheelbase of 144.1 inches. Its overall length is 223.7. It has a width of 87.6, a height of 70.5, and it also has a maximum ground clearance of 16 inches with that air ride suspension. So you can definitely get some off-roading characteristics and capabilities with this all-new pickup truck. It also features all-wheel steering as well, so that way it will shorten your turning radius to make it a little bit more maneuverable. Now, as we work our way up front, you'll notice the solid LED bar that runs across the entire top section there. The turn signals are actually mounted in the lower section, where there's also fog lights as well. There's a forward-facing camera, tow hooks, and then some cutouts there to provide cooling as needed. And then you'll notice too the steeply raked front end with the windshield that goes all the way down the front storage area there to that LED bar. We'll come back to the front here in just a little bit. And then as we work our way to the side, we have a massive set of wheels along with those gloss black wheels there. Really neat fender arch design. We have some lines running down the side along with the point on the side mirrors. So it's kind of that angular point that you see right in the middle of the roof line there. And then we have a very distinctive line going all the way to the back, and then check out that rake going all the way to these back corners as well. Everything has a pretty much squared off design to it with all of these edges here that you will notice. There's Foundation Series as well over on this passenger side. There's the bumper. Turn signals are the top corners there. There's also the backup camera as well. And then this has a payload capacity right around 2,500 pounds if you want to place some items in the bed. Now, this has that tonnoue cover that is currently closed at the moment. Simply just push on this button here and you can open this up. It is going to extend towards the actual vehicle there. And then I believe you push on this button here, it is going to open up the tailgate there. So this is how you can place items in the back, where there's also some tie down hooks if you want to place some items there. And you can even open up the floor where you have a lot of hidden storage, which is pretty neat to see. So you can place some items, hide them away as needed, and then use the rest of this interior for any items that you have. You can also close this by hand if you would like to, and then just push on this down arrow and this will extend all the way back. Now, it does hinder your visibility when it is closed. So when you have it open, you can actually see slightly out of that entire window. When you have it closed, it does hide that away, but you have some camera systems that will help aid you once that is closed. Pretty easy system to do, very quick as well. You do have to hold on it, so if you let go, it does stop. And then you can hide away all your items and have them locked away there. Now, as we take a look at the interior, this is the button that you need to push in order to release the door. And then we have the white interior for this model. There's the window adjustment. You have the release to exit the vehicle, and then plenty of storage space down below. There's also some ambient lighting. It is currently at purple at the moment. And then for the interior, we have a nice layout for these seats. And at 5'10", I can easily hop into the back. Now there's a storage pocket. There's also a screen here for your backseat passengers. You can tap that to turn on the fan adjustments. It looks like you have where you would like the air to go on both sides as well. And then you can shut that off. You can go through the rest of this. Looks like you can actually adjust that front passenger seat, which is nice. We have heated seats, so you can adjust that for both sides. There's also audio. You can go through these icons here to play whatever you would like, and you have some Bluetooth connectivity for headphones and things like that. So you have quite a lot for your backseat passengers there. As far as headroom goes, I have maybe 2 or 3 inches above my head. So with the rake of this roof, basically, I still have plenty of space here. You can tell with the cover closed at the moment, you can't see it through that window there. But it's very nice and spacious in the back here. You could have 3 people sitting very comfortably. And then as we work our way up front, if you have the vehicle locked for whatever reason, we have the key card. So there's not an actual key for this. You can just place it right here. It will lock the vehicle. So you'll notice that the power folding side mirrors went in at the moment. And then when you place it here, it will unlock. You can push on this button, and now we can gain access to the interior. Now the front door panel just has the addition of all of the window adjustments, and then there's the release. Looks like we have the manual release if that control fails for whatever reason, and you have plenty of storage down below. And then there's the automatic front seats, which have a nice design to them as well. Now as we hop into the front, this is the steering wheel for the Cybertruck. Pretty basic, has a flat top and bottom design to it. Turn signals are on the left side along with headlights. Right side it looks like there's wiper blades possibly. There's also a voice command. And then you have this control here to bring up some of this information. Before we do that, let's turn off the AC here. So we push on this control, we can bring up the camera system there. You'll notice on the left side, press brake to select gears, and then you can open up the tailgate. You can also open up the frunk. So let's open that up and then take a look at the storage. Since there's no engine up front, this gives you a little bit of storage where you can place some items as needed, which is nice. You'll notice the Cybertruck lettering on the back there. So you get a little bit of storage if you need to place some items there. I don't think there's a release up front, so you have to come into the vehicle and then just click on it again, and that will close the front there. And so with my foot on the brake, this is how you put it into gear. So you will just swipe this in the up direction. So now we are ready to drive. Swipe it in the down direction for reverse and the backup camera there, and then just tap right in the middle to put it back into park. Now everything is pretty much in this screen aside from these few controls here. But let's start in the lower left. Look at all of this information that you can go through. You have your ride height, your tonneau cover, your headlights. You can even tap to open up the glove box, so that will slide towards you there. You have child locks, recording, you have car wash, neutral, your steering, so you can adjust what you would like that to do. Looks like the left one can adjust your steering column for the height. So that is actually pretty neat. So you can bring it in, bring it out, up and down. So that's pretty cool to see. So you have to adjust it there. You have your mirrors as well. You can fold your mirrors too. You have quite a lot that you can go through to configure there. In the lower section, everything is fixed here. So we have the climate adjustments, so you can get through all of this, including your rear adjustments as well. We can push on the navigation to bring that up in full screen. You also have messages, so when your phone is paired, you have a few settings for that. And then it looks like you have some audio adjustments, and you can bring up several more icons to go through this information. You have defrosters, heated seat, heated steering wheel, climates there, and then you have some manual temperature adjustments on both sides as well. This is a very interesting system to go through. First Tesla I've been in quite some time. Not all that confusing so far, but you have a home screen here where you can quickly get through some of that information as well. There's also a lot of storage down below to place some items. You actually have to put the key card on this left side when you first get into the vehicle. That will allow you to put it into gear. You have a little bit of storage with cup holders. You have a little bit of storage in the armrest there. And then up top, there's the rear view mirror along with a camera there. You do have the sun visors here, which is interesting because when you put them down, it looks like you can still get some sunlight through the top there. So it just depends on what you would like. And then as far as visibility goes, you can see a good bit. When that cover is closed, however, you really can't see that much. But in general, you have quite a lot of visibility, even out of the front pillars there. And then you can see over that left side as well. So you actually have a very large dash with the windows on both sides there. You have a lot of forward-facing visibility as well. Very interesting for that front rake too. But let's go ahead now and get this out on the road. All right, so as we hop into the Cybertruck now, we need to place the key card there. We can swipe forward to put this into drive. this is definitely a very funky pickup truck, and one that this will be my first impressions driving. What's interesting already, just in the parking lot, is, oh, that is a massive wiper blade. I didn't realize it only has one wiper blade for that entire windshield. The turning radius is very interesting in the fact that you have a full lock basically at 90 degrees or so. So as I make this right-hand turn, I'm going to go to full lock, which is right here. And that is your full lock. Instead of rotating the steering wheel 3 or 4 times, 2.5 times or so, you basically have all that where you can just turn the steering wheel, kind of like a Formula One car, which is interesting. So it's definitely a different design in holding this. And as far as visibility goes, we have the camera system here, which is very helpful to see, especially when you have that cover closed. So just using your side mirrors here and then looking at that instead of looking at your rear view basically gets the job done with your visibility. So that's not really all that hard or confusing, especially when you have it closed through the rear view, but a funky vehicle to drive nonetheless. As far as the exterior shape goes, it doesn't really feel that different on the inside, as aside from how large this front windshield is and the dash. So I mean, you could lose some items all the way down in the corner there. I'm not sure how you're going to reach down there to get them. So it almost seems like maybe a little bit of wasted space, but I'm sure there's some electrical components and everything in between me and the front storage up front there. But it drives nice so far, pretty smooth, and we'll give it an acceleration here. And it's what you would expect from an electric vehicle as far as the torque goes. Definitely pretty quick, especially for its weight, but all that torque is instant the moment you tap on that accelerator. It's quiet too, as you would expect from an electric vehicle. But so far, I don't have any complaints with it. It's a neat vehicle, something that if you definitely want to stand out, you get the Cybertruck, because there's nothing else that looks like this at all. It is an extremely different type of vehicle, and it rides kind of just like a normal Tesla would. I haven't been in a Tesla in quite some time, but it has the same vibes as you would expect. Pretty simple interior. Everything is in the screen though, so if you are more of a tech savvy person, you like the screens and the controls for all of that, this is the type of vehicle for you. I like more of the physical buttons and all of that, so it's not quite for me. But it's funky and interesting to check out nonetheless. So it's pretty cool to at least experience and drive and put a few miles on it. Now let's talk about the turning radius really quick. Because we have that all-wheel steering, it is kind of nice that this is all you have to do. And that's a full turn right there. We didn't even go off the pavement there. So as far as maneuverability goes, it seems to be a little bit nicer with the quick turns in the steering wheel here. And then back up to speed. It's a funky truck. It's something that you could use as a pickup truck. I don't think a lot of people buying this are using it like a pickup truck should be, I guess. You don't really want to tow with this. You can put some items in the bed there and use it for the open bed space. But if you're looking to tow a lot, you probably want a gas vehicle, just because the battery with towing weight is going to get depleted a lot. So it's really, if you just want the funky looking truck, nothing wrong with it. It's cool. It won't really be able to tow like a pickup truck would. There's been several videos of that. Obviously, I'm not doing that today. And we'll give it another small acceleration. And just like that, we are up to speed. So this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Tesla Cybertruck. Definitely very interesting. It looks like we have a camera shift. When you put the turn signal on, it's going to give you more of your blind spot over on the side that you put your turn signal on. So very neat to see that. And we have pretty much everything that you were going to look at in the screen there. There's no head-up display from what I've been able to tell with this model. So you have everything basically right there to monitor and look at. But definitely a funky vehicle to check out and drive. Nice seating position too, I will say. It's just so odd that you can't even see the hood. You are looking at the base of the windshield and nothing else. So your forward visibility is just going to take some getting used to as to how much further that a hood extends compared to the base of the windshield there. So you have no visibility of the actual hood itself. Other than that, it's pretty easy to see. I can see the rear corners of this truck, and in parking lot situations, things like that, it's pretty maneuverable. So I don't have any complaints with really how it drives. It's just a little bit of funkiness to get used to, since it's very different than other modern vehicles today. But it seems like there's some very nice materials on the inside here, and it drives nice, at least for the city driving that I'm doing. So I could see it being a really neat, funky, maybe second vehicle. This could be your daily driver. A lot of people daily EV vehicles for sure, but I don't know, it's funky. It's definitely neat to be able to drive and experience. Steering wheel position is much different, so you just have to get used to where you are going to hold this. We also have the regenerative braking too. So when I let my foot off the gas pedal there, it will slow down, and you have that regenerative technology, of course, with this EV system. But that's going to wrap it up for the 2024 Tesla Cybertruck. Once again, a huge thank you to 704 Exotics for letting me check this out. Take a look at their info that is down in the description. Give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.